Hands up if you're a girl. Hands up if you want to be a girl. Hands up if you drive like a girl. Firstly, congratulations, you're statistically the safest people on the roads. And secondly, I apologize if I offend you as I tell you this story about a rite of passage. Getting a driver's license, coveted the world over for independence. And the story has four heroes, my sassy hot daughters, Leah the lively, Em the entertainer, Amanzi the actress, and Karis, the nutter. Our story starts 16 years ago as I'm holding the scrunched up, slimy, newborn creature that is my fourth child. And my wife asks me, "So, what is it?" And I said, "Darling, I love you, but you've just given birth to a lizard." What? A girl lizard. And I kid you not, her first words, grief, 4 weddings. 4 weddings? What about maths homework? God, I hate maths homework. And cycling. I discovered that Lucy wasn't best fit to teach people to cycle as I ducked under Emily's bicycle as she flung it at me in rage. And little girls of 4 become girls of 16 who know, well, like everything, except the laws of physics because of maths homework. And they get their learner's license. Now, my daughters assumed that they'd learn to drive in my car. 10 years ago, that was a Prado. Today, it's a 2-seater sports car. Not going to happen. So Lucy wants to get something that's bomb-proof, that's got ABS and airbags and costs less than $2,000. And Leah and Em, a decade ago, want something that's wicked! And Amanzi and Karis want something that's fully sick. And that's the same thing. I know I'm going to spend 120 angst-ridden hours in this car, so I just want a padded cell with easy access to a handbrake. So in 2004, we got a fully sick, semi-automatic Civic that was 20 years old. 8 years later, we got a Manzi, a wicked 20-year-old Toyota Corolla. And yes, just 3 months ago, we got a fully sick, wicked, awesome to the max, no kill switch, 20-year-old RAV4. It's really important to use your child's name on that first lesson. I might say something like, Karis, release the handbrake, ease on the accelerator, check your mirrors, and she'll hear, Karis, blah, 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 blah. Look at yourself in the mirror. And what is it about women and manual cars? Like, to the smell of burning rubber, I'm trying to patiently remind Leah of the gears on her bicycle, and she points out that the bicycle never had a clutch pedal. Emily had a really interesting approach to skills that she hadn't yet attained, like speed and distance. She'd wait for me to press an imaginary brake before she slowed down at a corner. Only I never pressed the imaginary brake. Slow down, fuck! The laws of physics apply. Now, I really recommend, if you want to cement your relationship with your daughter, reverse parking. I once got Leah to reverse up our driveway until I thought she got it right. 27 times. Yep, we were really tight that night, I can tell you. And then, oh yes, this one. Amanzi, on her way to a school that she'd been to for 5 years. We're in the left lane, left indicators on, and as the lights go green, she turns right, scaring the bejesus out of everybody on the road, including me. What the hell are you doing? Now, besides M's crazy cornering and Amanzi's sense of misdirection, Leah is still the only person I've met who's burst a tire on a straight road against the pavement twice. And then you become surplus to requirements. Em decides she's good enough to drive by herself. She does a quick chocolate run down to the garage, only she stalls on a roundabout and can't get the car to start again. And you think your primary responsibility is to teach a competent driver, but you're wrong. Your priority is simply to stay alive. It doesn't matter that Amanzi was in the right when this woman cut off through a red light in front of her. And there's nothing, and the laws of physics apply. And there's nothing to substitute for learning the laws of physics like spending hours behind the wheel. Look, if you're going to get 120 hours in a year, you've got to plan a road trip, okay? And we did the glacial Canberra and back for 16 hours with Leah. Dubbo and back was a 3-day road trip with Amanzi, and I'm already planning the sabbatical to Cairns with Karis. And then it all comes to a head. All the angst and the arguments and the ulcers and the fights and the near misses. And if you've done things right, apart from a few nervous mishaps like running a red light, Emily, or mounting a curb, Amanzi, they pass this rite of passage. They get their red Ps, their license, and suddenly they realize that they have independence and they can go anywhere in the world at any time that they want without you. And you realize that this is actually a love story. And that those 120 hours are probably the last genuine one-on-one time you'll get with your daughter for the rest of their lives. So, don't outsource this. Do the right thing and let them break dad.